Hello, and good evening, one and all. And thank you very much for joining us today on simrace.tv for our coverage this evening of the final round of the GPVWC World Series. My name is Simon Smith, and as ever, for the last 12 weeks or so, I've been dragging you kicking and screaming through this little mini-series that we've had over the summer. As ever, I'm never doing this alone. Got Mr. Simon Melhush on cameras, being your ear... No, I'm your ear candy, he's your eye candy. Either way, you've got a sweet tooth, and if we keep going, you can have diabetes. We've got the qualifying session just drawing to its close here around the Nordschleife. And to be quite frank, with currently the top 21 separated by just a mere 5 minutes and 5 seconds, some drivers are finding it a wee bit of a handful. So my expectation is, get to the end, you'll have a pretty jammy, juicy result as a result of it. Literally. Currently sitting on provisional pole position is Borna Spoljaric with an 8 minute 23.336, 7 seconds clear of Martin Palm and a further 2 clear of Boy van der Laar. Eric Viet, Boyd Bryson, Lucas Euler, Alex Cooper, Dave Carr-Smith and Timu Toika round out your top 10 at the moment. Timu doing exceptionally well. But Cess, some drivers really struggling to even just put a lap together. I'm just running down the field of people that have yet to get home. And of those, Bart de Vos and Marek Skrzydlowski were both facing the wrong way. So problems for them, and neither of the FA racing drivers have managed to get round to complete a lap yet either. So a few of the drivers struggling. And yes, I was going to avoid making the obvious joke, but I'm sure let's just descend now. It is the last race of the season, so let's descend into chaos. FA Racing for FA Laps. And Leonowitz is the other one who's struggling, and he's not even attempting that corner. That's just off-road. Anyway, this one's the last one of the season, and so therefore, it's all about getting a championship decided. Borna Spoljaric has got 97 points against Boy van der Laar's 87. There's only 2 left in it, and if Boy van der Laar wins, Borna Spoljaric just has to make sure that he's within the top 5 in order to claim his trophy. So that would do quite nicely as Lucas Euler goes up to 4th position. Midnight Motorsports improving a few seconds there. And well, let's see what on earth's going on. Don't forget, you can send your tweets to me personally at @Satorimon, and I'll be there giggling away throughout the evening. And you can also Facebook us for the GPVWC web page on there. I'm also sitting in Stream 1 in the Sim TV chat room, should you fancy a little old shindig with me there. As qualifying comes to a zilch. And most of the drivers, Boy van der Laar's out and about on track, but pretty much everyone else in the top 10, Jason Muscat's still out and about. Simon Crane is busy flashing his lights to try and let Wesley Morris know that he wants desperately to get through. It's almost like they're treating it as a race further down there, as Bart de Vos finally cuts a lap together and pops into P10 for Misuric, and Ben Warren goes 14th for hydraulics. So still a few drivers left that could put in some spoils. Nick Newcomb tried 3 attempts for FA Racing and he's given up, so no laps for him. Very much like a Eurovision score that only the UK would understand. We did beat Norway, Mr. Cameraman Extraordinaire. We did well. I was just grateful Engel was still alive at the end of the show. I barely was. Never mind. I wonder who'll be getting euphoria today. Sorry. I apologise for that now. There's Boy van der Laar. What is he doing? Flashing his lights away. Can't quite see why. Oh, he's got Daniel Lovett up ahead. And obviously Boy is sensing that there's problems to come. And Daniel keeping very much to his racing line. You can't really do much more around that bank turn. There's Mark Wicks. Oh no. Oh dear, Mark Wicks has returned to the pits down the short loop and has gone into pole position. So that will be rectified very shortly. That's going to cause problems. And look at Boy. He's having to try and negotiate round the outside of Daniel Lovett. Well done for the pair of them. It will have cost him time indeed, but it's... yeah. What can you do? What can you do? As Morten Vernonson pops into 3rd position for Royal Blue Racing. I don't know where on earth that's come from. Fantastic lap there by Morten. Not seen anything like that all season so far, so good track to actually put it together. Yeah, Mark Wicks, everyone's favourite. No, sorry, but the chat room causing me giggles. Simon Crane did not get round Wesley Morris in all of that as well, so that's problems for them. Yes, just Boy left to go. Currently then, it will be Borna Sploniarek who will sit on pole position, I'd imagine. Martin Palm currently sitting in 2nd alongside. Once it's all got out as Boy kicks up more tyres and ooh, wiggly woo on the jump. As Rousey says in the chat room, wow, is it busy in here? It certainly is, it's hustling and bustling, my friend. Yes, just waiting for the last couple of drivers to come around. Alex Cooper's still out there on a hot lap as well. And I think that is about it. I don't think Simon Crane's just spun it, so I don't think that will help. And Pavel Luknovsky, who is trying to get his lap sorted out, is also in trouble with Wesley Morris. But they've just about sorted themselves out as well. Luknovsky currently sitting 26th after what was a very interesting first flying lap for him, where he spent most of it facing the wrong way on a straight because he damaged his tyres. I think you all caught it actually on the cam that was fixed at the top of the hill. Oh dear. Poor Boy. Right at the end as well. The very, very, very last corner, actually. So, poor Boy, and there's Daniel, popping through. Let's see what he pops into, and then I'll take you down the grid, because I don't think there's going to be many other changes. Yeah. I love it. Pops into 17th for Hawkeye, 9 minutes 2 seconds. Almost, oh yeah, 5.1 seconds behind Ben Warren. Practically a whole 107% rule in between those two. Waiting for Luknovsky, Stefan Gordon, Wesley Morris, I think it is, to go through, possibly Alex Cooper as well. Nope, Cooper's already done, and he did not improve. So I'd say Luknovsky down in 26 is really the one left. Because surely he's got to do better than a 13-minute 28. That's like my kind of speed. yes, as you watch him negotiate various corners, not quite troubling the racing line. Spoljaric just got 97 points ahead of Boy van der Laar on 87, Alex Cooper 72, Skajnowski 66, Veet 51, Simon Cattell 47, David Junt 46, Bart de Vos 43, Lucas Euler 36, Tom Parker with 32, Kyril Aziz 26 with Boyd Bryson 24, David Stanton with 19 points, then Ari Nemian and Morten Vernonsen only with 18, so that's why I was shocked with Morten doing so well. OJ Clark on 16 along with Martin Palm, Mike Schroten with 14, Simon Crane 13 points, Ben Warren 12, Daniel Lovett, Ryan Walker and Mark Wicks all with 10 apiece, equal 21st, 22nd and 23rd. Pavel Luknovsky, we're watching there, is only got 9 points, despite all of the good runnings that he's had. He comes out onto the main straight. Let's see what this does to him. Over onto the GP circuit. It certainly won't be pole. What are you doing on the racing line there? No, you'll pop in 16th, but a whole 4 minutes. Oh yeah, it will be 15th, sorry, once the grid is sorted out. Yeah, that'll do for now. So, just running around the rest of the championship stand-ins. Sorry, Lutnowski's got 9, Wesley Morris 25th with 8, Martin Schumacher has got 6, Timu Toika 5, Jeff Mead and Wipke Hoekstra with 4, Mark Stanton with 3, Chris Williamson and Matt Leonowitz with 2, Ehab Abbas, Scott Bennett, John McLean and Nick Newcomb with 1 point, and Stephen Gordon showing with 0 as the rest. So, there we go. So, I think Stephen Gordon still plodding round. I think we'll have to wait for him to get home, but most definitely Borna Spoljaric then pole position ahead of Martin Palm. Row 2 will be Morten Vernonsen and Boy van der Laar. Excellent stuff there again by Vernonsen. Lucas Euler, 3rd row, alongside Eric Veet with Boyd Bryson and Roy Schroten. Doing very well there for Racing Team Schroten. You've got to have a pair of them to get around the circuit, and he's demonstrating that. Schroten by name, Schroten by Nathan, and Stephen Gordon not even attempting some of these corners. This could be why he's not made it round the lap so far. A bit deja vu as Gordon pops across the line. He's our last one. Pops him in 19th, just under the 9-minute mark. Well done. Possibly 18th. I can't remember what Mark Wicks is. Mark Wicks says he should be P25. There we go. So, yep. Schroten goes up to 8. Alex Cooper to 9. Dave Carr-Smith will be 10th. Timu Toika will start 11th for Street Fighter. Bart de Vos will start 12th for Mizurek. 13th for Jason Muscat for Hatchell Pennine. 14th for Simon Crane, Waterblue Racing. 15th, Pavel Luknovsky, Innovision. 16, David Junt, Wood Racing. 17, Ben Warren for Hydraulics Motorsport with 18th, Stephen Gordon and 19th, Daniel Lovett, both for Hawkeye. Miles Dixon rounds out the top 20 there for FA Racing. Chris Williamson, 21st. For Street Fighter, Matt Leono at 22nd. Lazarus Kaglioglu. Or Kagioglu. Sorry. Kajagugu. Wesley Morris will be 24th on the grid. Then we'll have Mark Wicks, 25th. Marcus Sundstrom, 26th in a second of the Schrotens. Marek Skajnowski will be 27th on the grid. And Nick Newcomb will be 28th and last. And well, that's why they're getting themselves sorted out. Obviously, for reasons not really tied to anything else except for just general longevity of everyone else's brain. We're not doing a warm-up lap. We're just going to go straight to the grid in a couple of minutes' time. And to be fair, in the practice sessions, it really has been a two-horse race between Boy van der Laar and Borna Spoljaric. So the two championship rivals will be battling out front. Boy, I think angry that he buggered up his qualifying lap a little bit and has got Palm and Vernonsen in between them. Interesting to see how that goes. And I think Marek Skajnowski is going to forfeit the race. He doesn't seem like he's particularly happy, so we will certainly see whether or not he starts. No, he's gone. So there we go. Everyone warning of cold breaks down into turn 1, of course. I just warn just generally around this track because people don't seem to be able to keep it on the black stuff very well. Yes, there are a few to avoid. Barriers and corners, a few corners to negotiate, just a couple. And of course, once the World Series itself has finished, someone, a little birdie, has told me in the ear that there may be another little series joining on for the summer afterwards. So I'll keep you posted on that. Of course, if you want to sign up on the action, pop across to gpvwc.com and sign yourself up. We've not just got this, we've got open wheelers, we've got other stuff. There's plenty of stuff for everyone. Good little community too. Can't beat a bitch fest. Every race is like a condensed episode of EastEnders in 30 seconds with bunnies, so who wouldn't love that? Only joking. So, Rousey in the chat room says, I can guess which two will be the finishers. Thank you very much for joining us, Rousey. And of course, with simrace.tv, you can come and join myself and Mr. Cameraman Extraordinaire, Simon Mulhush, on Monday evenings for GRC and the touring cars. We're on a week's break because we're mid-season. Fancy getting involved in that? Pop across on a Monday. I don't think anything on GPVWC runs on a Monday, so yeah. Shh. Don't tell everyone. And I've told everyone over there to come over here. So it'd be like having a gangbang. Great! Talking of having a gangbang, I'm so excited this Friday. I'm going to Elite Night Zoo opening. Apparently you can go to SVL Zoo or SZL, I forgot what it's called. It's in London anyway. And there's no children allowed. Ha 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 ha. Great. And yeah, go and play with the animals till the wee hours. Great. Sounds almost as good as when I got to have Lego done their Lego stores where you could only be for adults for an hour. I've never taken so much joy from seeing children cry in my life. I want a toy, mummy. No! Oh dear, I used to want children for breakfast. So, Boy van der Laar, oh, he's getting his kitty claws out. May the best guy win, not the blocker. So this is also carrying on from last time when he felt that Bonus Boliarich was blocking. Here's tit for tat. Looks as though Marcus, Timu and Matt, Bart and Mark have grid penalties for cutting the exit in Canada. Who knows? This is going to be a very interesting race anyway. Thank you very much. So, the countdown begins, 20 seconds till the off, no formation lap of course, you've got Borna Spoljaric on one side of the track, Martin Palm on the other, then Morten Vernonsen and Boy van der Laar, Euler, Viet, Bryson, Schroten, Cooper and Carr Smith, your top 10, everyone else is down the field. 3, 2, 1, here comes the lights, the final round of the World Series here for GPVWC. Zofsky, green light to go, and look at the way how Boy van der Laar spears out into the middle of the track. He's got round Martin Palm, who practically had to get his trolley off the line. It's like he's bought one of a Tesco's. Here comes everyone piling down into turn 1. Van der Laar straight into the slipstream, but Spoljaric goes in very, very deep into the corner. He's got it too deep! He's gone way too deep, and look at everyone streaming through. Has everyone got in safely? No! I can see a car spinning round in the middle, and the bollards have gone round. And it was Daniel Lovett in Toyka, I think, was involved in there too, and Stefan Gordon a little bit slow on the back, and Jason Muscat's gone down the field too. Oh, and Kaglioglu and Sundstrom have both done a tandem spin down in turn 2, but Boy van der Laar it is that leads the way from Erik Viet. Spoljaric back up to third ahead of Vernonsen and Palm, and Carl Smith smacks the back of Morten Vernonsen as they come down round the old quick loop, and Dave Carl Smith drives right the way clean round the outside of Morten Vernonsen as they come out side by side, 5th and 6th position from the hairpin. Carl Smith upper position there, well done. Euler, Crane, Schreuten, Junt, Bryson, Cooper, Warren, Luknovsky, Lovett, Toyka down to 16, Morris, Lovett, Dixon, Wick, Sundstrom, Williamson, Newcomb, Luknovsky, Muscat, Kaglioglu and Gordon have been off the track again, and Stefan Gordon already with a puncture. So that is going to be an extraordinarily long one back, as look at Spoljaric on Erik Viet side by side into the chicane. Viet goes across, as does Spoljaric, and they're bouncing. It's not offline, off-road lawnmower antics. My goodness me. And Boy van der Laar, this is what he wanted. He wanted to be out front. Erik Viet is a feisty little beast, and Borna Spoljaric equally feisty, of course. You're wondering, Stefan Gordon's already left the game. He's had enough already. I think he knew that was going to be a long way ahead of him. As Jason, Pavel Luknovsky, it was off the track there. So yes, should have used his flash powers. Love it. But Boy van der Laar continues to lead the way from Viet, Spoljaric, Palm, Carl Smith, Vernonsen, Euler, Crane, Schreuten, Cooper, Junt and Bryson. Simon's got to pop his teeth in. Bart de Vos down to 13th position ahead of Toyka, Warren and Morris. And someone's facing the wrong way. Who's that? It's Daniel Lovett. No, he's not. Certainly indeed. And I think he could be in trouble. No, he's got back going again, all down in 24th position. That car is looking worse for wear, especially if he can't actually take it onto the green stuff. It's because he's got a right rear puncture. A long way back for him. I've got a funny feeling this is going to be one of those races of attrition, and if you can just stay out of it, you'll have yourself at least a juicy top 12 as the field stream down and get themselves into some attempt of a rhythm. It's so hard to do so, as Boy van der Laar nearly losing it coming into that corner so wide. Still got a good margin over Viet, who is increasingly having to soak up pressure from Borna Spoljaric, but it's so difficult to kind of feed the thread through. There's only certain places around this Nordschleife circuit, it's 8.5 minutes of fun as it is, you can really make a pass through unless someone's doing a do or die mistake or having a drama. And you can look at how Martin Palm is suddenly now into the back of them too. Viet holding these guys up because he's having to drive slightly defensive, and this is all playing nicely into Boy van der Laar's stuff. So there you see Spoljaric having a look. Is that contact? Viet going up. Spoljaric! Is that into the barrier? No, I think he kept it out of it, but he's down to 5th position. This is absolutely borderline here for the GPVWC. Currently as it stands, Spoljaric only needs to lose one more position, and look at Vernonsen right behind. Spoljaric is on the borderline for the championship. Martin Palm now comes up behind Erik Viet as the next challenger. Nick Newcomb has retired from the race for FA Racing once again, sounding out the name, FA laps completed. So it is all kicking off here as van der Laar not really pulling away now from Viet. Under a second the gap between them. Palm 3rd, Carl Smith 4th, Spoljaric now 5, Vernonsen 6th and Euler 7, Simon Crane up to 8th, Roy Schroten 9, Cooper, then Boyd Bryson, David Junt, he's got Bart de Vos all over him, Timo Toyka's in 14th, Wesley Morris has just passed Miles Dixon for 15 and 16. Marcus Sundstrom's up. And who is that? That's Ben Warren down in 19th position in the wall, now in 20th as Muscat goes through. And they are having real problems as Luknovski's spinning round again at the top of the hill. That's exactly where we saw him do it in qualifying. So the individual driver really not able to deal with things. And Caglioglu off in 24th position as well. It's really become a destruction derby towards the latter half of the field. But up front it is still Boy van der Laar leading away, and he's starting to pull out ever so slightly now from Beat as we get into the stride into what is looking like being the second half now of the Nordschleife, as suddenly going from the aggressor to the defensor, it's more like Martin Palm is becoming under pressure from Dave Carr-Smith. And look at how Spoljaric has dropped back slightly. I think obviously he knows where he needs to be, and maybe he's thinking, I'll just pick up pieces, thank you. Of course, we're not sure quite what the tyres are doing here. We've been told by Mr. Cameraman Extraordinaire, Simon Manhuish, that the tyres are tight as Palm very off-line into those corners. And look at Eric Veit lighting them up. Veit very, very aggressive in his driving style. He'll come a cropper maybe later on if he's burnt his tyres up as the field saunter through. Change of position. Oh, it's Simon Crane that's gone in deep. Roy Schroten's up to 8th position, and look at that, Alex Cooper trying to get through as well in 10th. He's had to tuck back in behind Simon Crane, but Crane's already lost one position there to Roy Schroten, who's driving the race of his season. He's going to lose it completely on the banking there. Has he kept it all together? Has he been in the barriers? No, Simon Crane goes back through. They're out of the banked corners side by side. Crane versus Schroten. Who's got the bigger pair? At the moment it is Crane, but Schroten has a brother, and that's King Ding-a-Ling about to dive back through maybe later on. But Alex Cooper now is next. Oh, Simon Crane! I saw him do that in qualification, and look at that, he's trying to desperately block round, and look at Alex Cooper, he's going around the outside of the pair of them. Wow! Oh, look, he lights up his lights and says, do you know what, that was a little bit moosey. Look at Boyd Bryson trying to get in for Moods Racing as well. He's having a good run in 11. And Alex Cooper so close to going off there, and Bryson in trouble too as he tries to react to what is going on ahead of him. So a good little gaggle, and Cooper in deep again. He's now in clear air. That should really allow him to kind of get back going again. The problem is that one corner so desperately leads into the next that you're suddenly under pressure one way or another. Up front still Martin Palmer's got Carr-Smith right behind him. Spoljaric slowly yo-yoing back up again, but it is de Laar, Veit, Palm, Carr-Smith, Spoljaric, who's kicking up dust there, is Veit again. Oh, Carr-Smith wrong on the jump. Somehow did he keep that together. He jumped while having two wheels on the curb. It had humped him slightly sideways. That was rally-esque driving. Oh dear, who's that off? Let me have a little looky. I think that was... must be Bryson? I'm not sure. Oh, it's Euler. Yeah, Lucas Euler in the Midnight Racing. Big smasheroo into the barriers, spinning round. He's still going, but he's limping as Dunn and DeVos try to go side by side down past him, so down to 13th position. Limp it back home. There's problems. Oh, Miles Dixon, 21st position, facing the wrong way too for FA Racing. Maybe they will not get FA Lutz, and he's got a puncture too, and he'll join the punctured Mark Wicks, Ben Warren. Caglioglu is facing the wrong way, and Daniel Lovitch too. So, oh dearie me. Oh, look at Dave Carr-Smith onto the back of Martin Palm for 3rd and 4th position. He's right up into the slipstream as we go down one of the very few straights where you get a vague opportunity to breathe around the tight kink, and he's trying to see what is only a 2 kilometre straight, says Simon. Oh dear, if you lot heard the torrent motorsports that comes out of here. Oh, what's that going on? That's Bart DeVos being absolutely abused down the straight, and no, he's past David Jump, but P9 and 8 Simon Crane and Roy Schroten nearly met in the middle of the circuit there. God knows how they got out of that one. So, end of lap 1. de Laar leads from Veit, Palm and Smith side by side, and Smith runs out wide. Spoljaric fancying half a dive through, but Carr-Smith, I think, had got that one covered. I think it was more of an elongated camera angle, but he's diving through on Martin Palm now, and Palm gives him plenty of room because he's got the inside for the next corner, but it's going to leave him exposed. It depends. Carr-Smith, I saw him hit Vernonson doing the same move on lap 1. This one's gone a lot more smoothly. Got the inside line for the hairpin. That is a very, very tight one indeed, and it's difficult to really get the right line back out of it again to keep the corner. He's a little bit wobbly actually on the exit, and look at Spoljaric just keeping a watching brief. Changes of position going on. Lucas Euler into the pits from 15th position, so at least he can pop on tyres and he won't be worried for that. Wesley Morris into the pits from 18th as well, so people are still continuing to at least keep going. They know that they've got points going. As I tell you what, if I was Martin Palmer, I'd get a super injunction on Dave Carr-Smith. He's abusing the rear end, and look at the way they've all reeled in Eric Viet once again, and Spoljaric now back onto the back of that. Vernonson still doing a fantastic job in 6th position. He's the only one really left with them, because then it's another 14 seconds back to Alex Cooper. These 6 absolutely in a class of their own. So Wesley Morris just rejoining the track. Leonowitz is in the pits. Mark Wicks is just coming to the pit lane. I'm assuming he'll have to pit. Oh, Ben Warren, 13th position, 23rd position, absolutely smashed into the wall for hydraulics. But they are showing the GPVWC way, and they are keeping going. And that's what I like. Grit and determination, and if not, just damn well shove it into first gear and lump it home. I did say beforehand, actually, as the leaders all pop over one of the many little mini jumperoos, I was saying beforehand, I don't think if you get lapped, I think you need to seriously assess whether or not you are a sim racer in these 5 laps around this track. Even I can manage that. But to be fair, if you've just had to do an entire, well, trek across the road. Oh, Ben Warren rolling the car in 23rd position. That was absolutely nuts. Boing! On the straight, into the barriers. I'll tell you what, there's nothing else to say. Boing! That's crash of the season. That is awesome stuff. Well done, Benny boy. Simon Crane's off the track. He's just rejoined in 11th behind Bart de Vos, so that's a change of position because he was battling with Bryson. So that's him dropping down once again. Simon Crane having a lot of bad luck, and Eric Viet is lagging out. He's not down in 10th, 11th position. Sorry, my fault. So he's still there in 2nd. Getting excited. Miles Dixon just leaving the pits. Mark Wicks did not pit, I don't think, so he continued on. It must have just been bad trouble. Daniel Lovett is still yet to make it to complete a lap. As look at how close that is with Carr-Smith and Palm. Goodness me. Palm only meeting his maker, and Carr-Smith having to wobble in avoidance. Marcus Sundstrom's just moved up into 13th position, 12th position. Eric Viet is still yet to actually clock in on the track. So they've got to watch themselves, make sure everything's okay. Ben Warren's finally made it into the pits. So yeah, get himself a movie contract out of that one, as Dave Carr-Smith putting 2 wheels onto the curb, and that's put him straight into the hands of Spoljaric, who is looking suspiciously pitbull terrier-ish. Dogwood bone. Simon with cake. Oh my goodness me! Contact between the two! He just connected right with the back of Carr-Smith, and they just kind of interlocked and into the barriers somehow. Are they okay? Are they okay? I can't see any sparks off the pair of them. Goodness me! Do you know when you can see something happening in slow motion? Oh, but Spoljaric dropping back. Vernonson still kind of kicking around. They've got to be so careful, because if they do a big mistake like that again and it ends in a little bit of a drama for Spoljaric, Vernonson is there. He's just a few seconds behind, and all it takes is one little spin, and all of a sudden the championship sways to Boy van der Laar, who's been slowly reeled in this lap so far by Eric Viet. They got back down to 1.5 seconds. It was bigger than that earlier. It's because they're not battling so much between Palm and Viet, and so they just need to continue to just lay off each other and work together, I think, and they'll be okay. So the positions so far, as it settles back down again, we've got Boy van der Laar leading, Martin Palm 2nd, Carr-Smith's now 3rd, Viet is 2nd, Palm is 3rd, Carr-Smith 4, Spoljaric 5, Vernonson 6. Currently Spoljaric is our champion. Alex Cooper is 7th, Roy Schroten is 8th, and Boyd Bryson is all over the back of him in 9th position. Then Bart de Vos is 10, Simon Crane 11, David Junt, Timu Toika, Jason Muscat, Marcus Sundstrom, Lucas Euler after his pit stop rejoined in 15th, 16th position, Pavel Luknovsky, Chris Williamson, Matt Leonowitz. Wesley Morris is off the track in 20th position and is doing kind of one of those run rounds on the barriers and now pathetically crashes into the other one. The Halcyon Racing driver, dear, and he's out. Wesley Morris gives up. That was quite an impressive end, and Lazarus Caglioglu also out as well, so he certainly did come unstuck. Beat now lags back in again, 6/10 of a second it said. Do quite nicely as Beat continues to reel in, and look at Carl Smith right onto the back of Palm once again. So difficult to work out exactly what you're going to do around this track, and I think, is that a change of position? Yeah, it's Roy Schroten's off in P9. He's just rejoined again, but that's allowed Boyd Bryson through. Taking a quick replay, and just, was he giving a helping hand? No, he just caught one of the curbs, and it just bounced him off into the barriers. Quite a big hit, to be fair. Got back going again, and he's still ahead of Art de Vos in 9th and 10th positions, thankfully. Well, actually not thankfully. Damage is set at 85%. Oh, pump, round it goes. Cow wants to chew some cud. Unfortunately, let's not do it in the forest in the middle of a Grand Prix. He just ran out wide on one of the corners, scooped it up, and then just round he went. Was he helped by Carl Smith? It's not helped by that camera angle that I had, but I don't think he was. So Palm, a little bit of a 3-point turn. That's put him behind Morten Bernitsen in 6th position. That puts the pressure off of Borna Spoljaric slightly as it continues to reel down to this championship. Next one up then for Carl Smith will be Eric Viet. Some more changing of position. Oh, it's Bart de Vos has just dived through on Roy Schroten. I think Schroten's a little bit ailing after that crash, and Bart de Vos doing an excellent move to go through, actually, to be fair, side by side, and just dived into the corner. Ballsy stuff by Bart, who's certainly doing the Bart man up into 9th position. Elsewhere, who else is actually still battling for a position? It's kind of turned into a can you survive fest, of which Daniel Lovett has just made it to the pits. Oh, bless him, Hawkeye man. He will be lapped, actually, because the cars are just coming out onto the pit straight now. At least that's one less lap of pain for the poor guy who mustn't be loving. Well, he must love sim racing, actually, to sit there. So, Dave Carl Smith, fastest lap on lap 2. Is this a test of what could be happening? But Boy van der Laar, a 8:28.3. Eric Viet, an 8:28.3. Carl Smith, an 8:27.9. Can it be after 8 minutes of racing? Just 0.4 of a second covering. Morten Bernitsen, an 8:33.3. Doing a stunning job. And Martin Palm in 5th. And where is Borna? Yeah, pitting. Did he feel the need for repairs? Yeah, because he love it exiting. Borna's in. It was a very quick stop. He did say tyres were marginal. Has he gone? Well, look at that, because he's got out just ahead. Look at Bryson and Cooper side by side, and Bryson's got Cooper into turn 1. Great stuff there for 7th position for Bryson. Yeah, Alex Cooper struggling away there. So, obviously he's decided that easy access for Alex Cooper to go in with no door. I'd like to know how that hit happened, to be fair. That was quite earlier on, I remember seeing that. Either way, as Bryson goes in deep, Cooper, can he do the old sticking it up the inside? Everyone's laid his favourite move, and side by side they go. Oh, he cuts right across, Hargy Bargy. That may be how he lost that door, if that's how he's going to lose the other one. Oh, and Bryson, I don't think... Oh! Boyd the Bruiser Bryson. For Woods Racing. Yeah, Bowser indeed. There's the Woods Racing. Oh, I've got sound effects. Oh, look. Oh, gentlemanly. Well done, Boyd. Good man. Let's Alex back through again. But, well, you have to say that was going to punt him off somewhere better. As Bart continues on, actually. Not Alex. He's an old teammate of mine. Good old BMB guys. As, yeah, the front three slowly concertinaing back in again. So with Spoljaric into the pits, we'll see whether or not the others have to. Borna, 6th position. Boy leads. Boy van der Laar currently champion. Could this be an utterly last-minute twist of fate that sees a surprise champion, Simon Crane Team Toyka, battling at it for 12 and 13? Good to see Timu on the black stuff. Doesn't happen often. I'd like to think he had a bit of an allergy towards it. Ben Warren's in the barriers again in 22nd position. So we shall see what's going on there. And look at how Eric Veet for RMI Motorsports. Maybe he'll get RSI once he's done 170 corners of that. Look at the way how he's closing to Boy. And look at how Carl Smith is also now starting to home in on them too. Bernisson's 14 seconds off, Martin Palm is 21 off. Ben Warren has now left the game. That's unfortunate there. I thought he was going to go for like the Epic Survival Award, although Daniel Lovett currently wins that one for being lapped. Who else have we got kicking around us? Oh, Eric Veet. If anyone's tyres are going to explode, it will be Eric's, because he's locking up left, right and centre. The RMI guys. Our favourite little Norwegic friends, as he's so close to binning it. So that was how Palm pretty much lost it. It was also how I saw Schroten lose it too, as he spears in far too deep there. That looked like he was about to ram into the back of Boy van der Laar, and that's going to put him from the offensive to the defensive almost, as Dave Carr-Smith sits wily in the background. They say his voice is but a whisper. Much screaming for all he's worth as he comes around some of these corners to try and clear the way. Yeah, I should call him Man van der Laar. With the messages that he sends people, I don't think he'll ever be a man. But Pinocchio just gets bigger and bigger. Chris Williamson and Marcus Sundström, 17th and 18th position. Sundström having a dive down on the Street Fighter guy. It doesn't make a heads nor tail of it. Chris Williamson holding up Marcus. I can see this being a drama. Ah, Daniel Lovett's left the game. No! Epic fail. Oh, and Matt Leonowitz has just crashed out too. So that's another one gone. There's Chris Williamson just about holds off Marcus Sundström. Leonowitz. Oh, my goodness me, P19, that was quite a definitive smash into the barrier, actually. It didn't even come back out from the tyres, so that was the end of that. Van der Laar, Veet and Carr-Smith still all quite close together. But, oh, Chris Williamson, 17th position, running out onto the grass. This could be Marcus's attempt to go through. What can the Racing Team Schroten guy do? Indeed, he wipes round the outside. Oh, Williamson. I know there's targets on your doors, but that doesn't mean that you aim for the other cars with them. It's a bit like a backwards version of like archery. You just throw the car and hope for the best. So with that one now decided, let's back up the front because Veet is looking ragged. Ooh. Grass is never good. People should know this. Even if you're Colin McRae. So, yeah. Yeah. So, ooh, Veet running out wide. Got to be so careful. So, just while this is all still rumping round while you're watching this, Van der Laar still leads from Eric Veet, Dave Carr-Smith third, Martin Vanson still 4, being closed in by Martin Palm in 5. He's actually reeling in the leaders, but at such a slow rate, not going to matter. Spoljaric is half a minute off the pace in 6th, as Veet once again reels right into der Laar. 7 is Cooper, 8 Bryson. Ooh, makes me worried to tears. Dave Carr-Smith nearly losing it there. Struggle, struggle, struggle. Boyd Bryson 8, Bart DeVos 9, Roy Schroten 10, Junt 11, Toyka, then Euler, Crane, Muscat, Sundstrom, Luknovsky, Williamson, Wicks and Dixon. So still 20 cars remaining. This is doing far better than what I thought it would. Watch out for Boyd Bryson and Alex Cooper. They're still going at it, hammer and songs off our screens. But Veet right up onto the back as we come onto the big long straight. If there's anywhere we want to do your best flashlight impression and get sucked up right into it, this is the chance. Pulling out, let's see whether he can shoot down the inside. Nothing but a dribble on the exit. Oh, look at Boy van der Laar trying to spread himself across the track in the middle. You can only really move one way, and then that's your move committed into the slightly off camber banking. Ooh, it always makes me worried on that slightly dip down. Veet, what can he do? Is he topping out? There was nowhere really for him to go as they tried to get round, and he's looking so ragged as you come under braking into the little snaky corners. Struggling there. Boyd Bryson's just overtaken Alex Cooper for 7th position. That's worked out well for him, and Cooper straight under the attention of Bart DeVos for 8th and 9th. But Carr-Smith now is the one that's looking under the pressure as they come over to start lap 4 of 5. Veet feels a need to go defensive. Carr-Smith is going to just hold his normal line. Veet, has he gone in too deep? Oh no, he's going to crash! Round he goes, he smacks the leader. What on earth were you doing, Eric? As once again Morten Verneson pops into the pits. This could play into the hands of Borna Spoljaric. De Laar still leads. Carr-Smith moves up into second. Veet spin turns around into third. Palms four. Verneson's in the pits. This is going to allow Borna Spoljaric to retake 5th position, and 5th is all that he needs. As they comes across the line, does he take it? Yes, he does. Verneson is changing his tyres. Down to 6th will go Morten Verneson. Boyd Bryson's just coming onto the start-finish straight, so I don't know if Verneson's actually going to get out in time. And is he doing it? No. As Bart DeVos pops into the pits, this is really split strategy from these guys. Some people are pitting, some people aren't. There's still one lap left to try it. It's going to be so careful. So yeah, Borna definitely pitting for actual tactical stuff now that we've measured his pit time against Morten Verneson, who's rejoined in 6th position just ahead of Bryson and Cooper. Junt is just taking Schroten for 9th and 10th down into turn 1. Has he got him? Yes, he has. Roy Schroten taking the wide line in. David Junt, excellent move there out onto the start finish straight, and that will do him. And look at Dave Carr-Smith as he continues to reel in Boy van der Laar. Eric Veet, what a shame there, just diving in. It looked like he was busy trying to be defensive, didn't realise that he was going in too deep and just clouted Boy, and that can't have done anything for his aerodynamics at all around this epic circuit. And look at Carr-Smith as it continues to get reeling in. So I mean, he did seem to clout him right on the right hand side towards the rear end of the car, so it's going to make things a little bit tricky around the faster corners as De Laar leads from Carr-Smith and Veet. Palm, Spoljaric, the first of our pitted cars, then Verneson. Bryson's not pitted, Cooper's not pitted, Junt's not pitted, neither is Roy Schroten, but Bart DeVos in 11th has. Then we've got Euler, Toyka, Muscat, Sundstrom and Williamson having a go at each other. Oh, because Marcus Sundstrom's caught Jason Muscat actually for 14th and 15th position, and Sundstrom's having a go down into turn 1. What can he do on Jason Muscat? That's a long way back. Muscat brakes on the brakes. He's not stopping. Don't brake on the curbs, my friends. Somehow he keeps that one together for Hatchell Pennine. And Jason Muscat lives on for 14th position for another day. This is the battle over the final points. And, well, that will be fought to the bitter end. Chris Williamson and Simon Crane into the pits, and that's a change for position. What is going on? Roy Schroten has got back past David Junt. Junt's binned it somewhere, and let me just take a quick little look. Oh yes, he did. That was a weird place to bin it. I've not seen anyone go off there, to be fair, but a little spinaroo, and that was the end of that. Carr-Smith under a second now from Boy van der Laar as that continues to reel in. As we kind of fluicky in. Oh, and Veet, is that Veet? I think that's Veet lagging out again, yeah. So he's still third. Palm 4, Spoljaric 5, Verneson in 6th, Bryson in 7, and Bryson's going round. Oh my goodness me, four-wheel drift. No, Cooper's going round behind him though. One of them will do it. One of them will do it. I tell you, Cooper just wants to blow all the bloody doors off. By the time he gets to the end of that, Schroten and Junt. And yeah, I tell you what, off-roading, Team Tueka doing very well in 13th position. Muscat still ahead of Sundstrom. Williamson and Crane have rejoined the track. Oh, Mark Wicks and Miles Dixon, battle for Wooden Spoon, 18th and 19th position. Miles Dixon, it's not often we actually see him driving on the black stuff and still driving in anger this far into a race, but he's doing well. And Mark Wicks, who is everyone's least lucky driver in the world, 4 minutes off the leaders, does not matter as they come out onto the start-finish straight. Oh, where's Miles going? Oh dear. Well, Miles Dixon deciding that actually he would rather change the Nordschleife and try his own little loop out. By the looks of it, I want the Wiedel chicane, he says. No. So that puts a stop to that one for the time being, so Wooden Spoon will recommence for that one later. Still leading duo, close but no cigar for the time being, and I think there's been a problem for, yeah, Marcus Sundstrom's gone off the track because Muscat is now quite clear in 14th position. So that's put an end to that, and Carl Smith still kind of settling off behind as things continuing where you are. Whoopke Hoekstra says, if you're wondering where I am, rage quit. Yes, I think a lot of people can feel your pain on that one, Whoopke, especially with your expertise of barrier hopping. Van der Laar. That banked corner, you missed that banked corner, you're in for a scary ride round the edge. And it's like running the rim of a toilet. You know you'll pick up something and you're not necessarily looking forward to it. Whatever the action, it'll be something slightly brown. Ooh, who's that? Oh, Muscat there nearly in the barriers, but no, he's okay. So yes, 19 still remain, and Miles Dixon's got round Mark Wicks for 18th and 19th position. The hydraulics driver now down to last. Fortunately not able to reproduce his Monaco antics, which done him so well as to score him a hoard of points. So, oh, Miles Dixon. Yes, he is off. Bangaroo. So, I suppose we could just shout Miles is off and at least know we're going to be within about 2-minute radius of something happening, as once again off-roading Mark Wicks will sense an opportunity very shortly here in the Wooden Spoon Battle, FA Racing versus Hydraulics. Ooh, Mark Wicks now doing the same thing as well, so what we need is the Benny Hill theme just to go in the background. Boyd Bryson's down to 17th position. What has happened to him? Oh no, sorry, he's missed a timing beam as well, my fault. So as things will start to kind of re-sort themselves back out again. There you go, Bryson now reappears in 8th position. Let's see how close Carl Smith is now. 7/10 of a second at the second sector. Let's look at Van der Laar there, looking a little bit edgy. Carl Smith has just got to get himself nice and hooked onto the back as they come out onto the big long straight. And look at the difference in the way how they're trying to get around some of these corners. It does worry me. You can see the cars just kind of edging out. It's like they've got some kind of tick going on. Hopefully they've not. Ooh, Carl Smith running out pretty wide. I don't think he's quite close enough to get full advantage of the slipstream. It might start to edge him up slightly as we go piling on down the straight. As there we go. Here's a suction in my belly. There's a slowly starting to rile in, and he certainly is doing a Dyson being sucked up onto the back. And the crest they come. Boy, Van der Laar versus Dave Carl Smith, and look at Van der Laar. Takes a slightly different earlier line in so that he can try and break as much of the toe as possible. I think he's going to be topping out. Oh, der Laar, 2 wheels kicking up dust. So that allowed him to be a little bit wobbly on the entry. He's made it. Just about. So, what are these guys doing? Are they pitting on the very last lap? Are they going on? They're going on. This is going to be tighter than a virgin on the old tyres as they come across the line. And if anything's going to break on a virgin, you don't want it to be the rubber. And here comes Dave Carr-Smith. Vanderlaar goes defensive. Contact between the two. They're going to be bunting off. Carr-Smith stays behind. Vanderlaar just about makes it into the corner. Boy Vanderlaar, I've seen his messages before. They will be expletive by the time he's finished on that race. He won't be happy. But then, yeah, as long as it's not me that's driving, otherwise he'll think that it's been me that's been attacking his rear end and he won't be pleased with that. What's that changing for position? It's Boyd Bryson and Alex Cooper, 6th and 7th, side by side down the straight. Bryson's got the inside line for the turn and he's done him. Alex Cooper down to 8th position for the time being. And that will do quite nicely. Oh, look at this free wide down the straight between Junt, De Vos and Schroten. That's absolutely nuts, and they've leapfrogged Schroten. The pair of them have done it, and Junt there has got past De Vos as well. So David Junt, 2 for the price of 1. It's like a buy one, go free over right into the barrier. Somehow manages to not get a puncher. De Vos is going off onto the grass. I tell you what, there is some serious testosterone going on. And Cooper down the inside of Bryson into 1. He's retaken him. Boyd Bryson, that's not a racing line. That is what's called off track, my friend. Come back. But no, he's through. And let's see, David Junt pops into the pits on the very last lap. He obviously feels the tyres will not last. Schroten's having a go for 10th on De Vos down into turn 1. De Vos, is he going to stop in time? Yes, he is. Schroten taking him up. Oh, Schroten's deciding to leapfrog there. And they've got to watch out. Lucas Euler isn't far behind. And yeah, where is Dave Carr-Smith? He's not very close to... In fact, he's very close to Veet as opposed to Delar. What's gone on there? Oh, yeah, problems in the chicane. What a shame there for Carr-Smith. Is this the sign that tyres are going to be an issue? It is going to be clinging on like you're someone's #1 fan. Schroten in 10th position under extreme pressure from Lucas Euler actually. Oh, Schroten goes off in P10. Euler's trying to go round the outside on the GP circuit. Oh, nearly contact between the two. Euler dives through. And you're going to have that one. Well done, Lucas. He takes the position. Roy trying to work out exactly where to take off in the Racing Dream Schroten car as they break for the old, I still call it the Vidal chicane, I don't know what it's called these days, but onto the Nordschleife they go. And thankfully it looks as though everyone else is still keeping put on the black stuff. It seems we've lost the people that were going to bin it quite early on, although Mark Wicks has now got back past Miles Dixon. And those two are battling over the wooden spoon, nose to tail, once again. 5 minutes off the lead. Don't matter. They're battling like it's 1999. Over 19th position. Oh, Miles Dixon. Side by side. No, I can't remember the tune either. You know, it's one of those like cult sayings that, a bit like Prince as a whole, can't remember a thing they've done. Oh, Mark Wicks into the barriers. Hydraulics will be broken for the Hydraulics racing team. Miles Dixon saunters on through. That one will run and run and run. Let's see. Oh, Vanderlaar's off! Vanderlaar's off! You go back P1. Dave Carr-Smith right onto the back of him. Is there any way to go through? He's flashing his lights as if to say, do not, or overtake me, I'm not sure, or don't do anything. What has he done to the car? And that was bizarre. Oh, if you take a replay, he goes up the hill. He's gone for a bit of mountaineering. He flashes his lights as if to say, please do not do anything. Carr-Smith stays patiently behind. He's locking up his brakes though. And look at Eric Veet. He's now come onto the back of it. If there's anyone I don't trust, it's that one. He's a Roggen as they come over the top of the hill. And Carr-Smith looking a little bit rocky as they come over. He is indeed. Well, he's a bad egg. As they come over the hill. Willy Wonka wouldn't have none of that. No golden ticket despite the golden livery as they come over the top of the hill round the next right-hander, and off they go again. And Boy Vanderlaar, it was a relatively light tap into the barrier considering the other smashes that we've had all evening. What can he do? Yes, he's still got his door. No one smashed his back doors in, so he's okay. Although, to be quite fair, Eric Veet did have a fair cop at it down into turn 1 earlier on, didn't he? Must have been a bit sore. One past the KY as they come round the quiet or faster section of the circuit. This bit always reminds me of Blanchimont. Only scarier because it's narrower as you fly on through. And Carl Smith keeping a watching brief. Veet popping onto the grass. So difficult to know what's going on. Last time they got into the big bits at the end of this lap, Carl Smith appeared to be hitting the rev limiter, so he's going to have to be slightly closer this time round if he's going to make full advantage of it. Plus he's going to have to be careful because Eric Veet is close enough as they round the banked curve. Carl Smith popping out of banking a little bit early. Look how close they are! Behind, Palmer's got 3 seconds over Spoljaric. And that is closing in. Spoljaric has taken 10 seconds off this lot. But of course with a pit stop it's not going to happen. But he may still catch and pass Palm by the end of the race because of the rate that he's closing him in by. Carl Smith, so close behind. This is going to be an absolutely grandstand epic finish. Mark Wicks and Miles Dixon still side by side as they swap position for the umpteenth time down at the back end of the field. But up front, Delar under pressure once again from Carl Smith, who takes a peekaboo out. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Deary me, as they come round the old snake skins. And oh, Veet looking so careful. So leery, sorry. Veet looks anything but careful. He could look careful. Claire's accessories. I'm sure he can get something suspiciously Norwegian and get Jubilee stuff. There's oh, Veet! God knows how he kept that one together. You know where the car just looks out of control. Not good at all. So yeah, just a Porsche. True say. As they round the next few corners, and once again, Carl. Oh, Veet is round. Now, yeah, if you want to go faster, I want you to do there. You manage to keep out of the barriers, and then in your recovery, you just go donk right in again. Somehow Eric keeps it going. Been very harsh to you, Eric, today, but you are in 3rd position and you're doing a fine job, even if it is a little bit barrier-tastic. Out comes Carl Smith looking very ragged once again. His car does like to point in weird directions, thus scaring me and making my sphincter work overtime. Probably every viewer as well, as this grandstand finale continues on. Boy van der Laar, as I say, as we come into the straight, needs to keep Carl Smith behind if he wants to keep any hope of a championship alive. As Boy van der Laar's dented rear is about to be attacked, and look at that, flashing lights. What's he flashing for? I'm not quite sure. Carl Smith's going to have a go regardless. It's not going to sit behind and go, oh, okay. Don't want to ruin your lead chances. He's been sucked up into slipstream. Has he hit the monitor though? Because he's not really closing in at all. It's like they've hit limiter, sorry, not the monitor. He could be hitting that as they come into the corner. Not quite sure what they're doing. Coming up over the hill into the bits. No, Carl Smith's got nowhere to go. It's going to be under braking for the next couple of corners. Can Delar keep it together? Yes, he does just about. Carl Smith trying to take an alternative line in to try and get the best exit out onto the straight. And this grandstand finale is going to have to wait until Spoljaric crosses the line to see what he does. But Spoljaric has just passed Martin Palm off our screens too. Side by side they go. Can he win? Yes, he does. Boy van der Laar wins by 34 thousandths of a second from Dave Carl Smith. Eric Veet is 3rd. Martin Palm's just overtaken Spoljaric for 4th and 5th positions down into the last corner. Spoljaric had him down a straight and Martin Palm yoinks it back. Bovine power it is. And I tell you what, Martin Palm nearly changing the face of the championship. Spoljaric takes 5th position and wins the GPVWC World Series in what was an absolutely climactic stuff provisionally, of course. Martin Vernonson, an absolute stonking drive to 6th position for Royal Blue. Hats off to him. He's been about the only person that I've not seen take a trip across the gravel, the barriers, the grass, the general forest that is Germany. Well done to him. Boyd Bryson is looking like he's going to come home in 7th for Woods Racing. He's just rounding the last few corners now. So he's looking quite juicy for that. It was a good ascension back up the order for Boyd because he was down into the mid-teens earlier on. and got it back going again. As he comes out into the final corner for Woods Racing. He'll do that quite nicely ahead of Lucas Euler, who's overtaken teammate Alex Cooper. Cooper having a poor last lap by the looks of it, and a bit of trouble. So yeah, Bryson comes home 7th, Lucas Euler coming out to finish 8th ahead of teammate Alex Cooper, Midnight Racing 8-9. And Racing Team Schroeten's Roy is going to come home in 10th. And well, hindsight, wonderful thing, pit stops really did not help. As I cross the line there for Roy. David Junt's going to come home 11th for Wood Racing, well done him. Bart DeVos is going to be 12th for Missouric, 13th for Timu Toika, Street Fighter, ahead of 14th Jason Muscat for Hatchell Pennine. 15th will end up being Marcus Sundstrom for Racing Team Schroeten. Simon Crane will be 16th for Waterbury Racing, providing he can stay ahead of Chris Williamson, because they're relatively close compared to everyone else, and 17th for Street Fighter. 18th, Miles Dixon. He's got 7 seconds roughly over Mark Wicks at the moment for Hydraulics. Retirements: Pavel Luknovsky, Matt Leonowitz, Ben Warren, Wesley Morris, Daniel Lovett, Lazarus Cagliglou, Nick Newcomb and Stephen Gordon. First two didn't even get around first lap. Of course, all of this provisional at the moment, especially considering the very last minute pull across the line that by Van... Oh, sorry, I was getting worried there because I just saw Eric Veet flying through the air and then I realised that he's finished. Celebratory cannonball run. But yes, Boy van der Laar, very naughty pull across the track, nearly doing a Schumacher-esque push into the wall for Dave Carr-Smith. We'll see quite what the old stewards think of that. But yep, bonus body out. A yoinky doodle win of the championship for him. Ah, and I thought that was going to be a boring one. As the cars are still trying to make their way home. Still got Sundstrom, Crane, Williamson, Dixon and Wicks to come. And Wicks is only round the banked corner. There's 5, well, they're going to be about 6 minutes or so off the pace, if not a little bit more, coming up 7 by the time we finished. And that, my friends, is an absolute classic of GPVWC action. I thought that was going to be a toshy old race. Actually, that was damn good fun. Thank you so much to the GPVWC admin team for hosting our events here and getting it all together. Simon Menhuish, as ever, who's absolutely stunning on the cameras, bringing you all the hot action to your eyes, whilst I just obliterate your ears by screaming and generally being slightly overexcitable. Cheers for everyone joining the chat room, Rossi and James. Pleasure to have you with us. Yeah, Miles Dixon there, we're watching, still trying to get home in 18th. He's got a puncture. And where is Mark Wicks? Has he got a puncture too? No, he's closing in. Oh no, Mark Wicks is about to give himself a puncture. Oh dear. Benny Hill did a little bit of this and a little bit of that and shake your ass, you dirty. As they come down to... Can Miles Dixon hold on? There was half a minute between them, but it's such a moose to try and get home with a puncture. Come on, Miles. Come on, dude. You can do it. Oh, dear. If you'd like to get involved in the fun with it all. Yeah, no, Wicks, we've confirmed he's punctured too. Yeah, oh, he's got a left rear puncture. So it is Battle of the Puncturedom. What a way to end it. It reminds me of, I don't know if anyone's seen the film War of the Roses. I'll spoil the ending for you now, put fingers in your ears if you don't want to know. It's a married couple that basically desperately try and get the house to the point where you don't know who's going to win, and then they end up killing each other simultaneously, so no one gets the house. It's all a bit like that, Sim style, for the battle over the wooden spoon. That looks like Mark Wicks is going to have it. But yes, you fancy getting involved in this filth fest? Come over to gpvwc.com, where now that this World Series is finished, we've got the Masters Series coming up. Rousey, who's been in our chat room for the last couple of rounds, is an admin that will be sorting that one out. Yes, sign ups for that, pop over to the website, get yourself signed up. It's going to run alternative Thursdays, just the same as what this is, pretty much replacing it. And I wouldn't be surprised as Mr. Dixon, one last corner to go, my friend, come on. Hey, good on you, Miles. Good man. Over the line it comes. Now, isn't it fitting that the last man to come over the line on the World Series is the man who has had possibly, you know what, he's been voodoo cursed as Mark Wicks. Oh dear, if he was to go on holiday he would end up on Border Force. Absolutely hilarious. But yes, Mark Wicks, come on my friend, over the line you come. Last couple of corners, don't bin it. In fact, it would be fitting if his engine blew up or something right now, or he'd have a crash to desktop. Yeah. So, one game he would be quite good at is the board game Go for Broke, because that's what his luck would kind of suit as he crosses the line for hydraulics. Well done, mate, well done. Oh dear. But yep, sign-ups for the Master Series. Come along, Thursdays. Fantastic action, great community. Can't beat it. Unless you're trying to ram the car down into a barrier at turn 1. Everyone's saying in the chat room they loved that. Bart de Vos is sweating like hell. Thanks for that. I'll pass you some right guard. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Puncture for the whole of the last lap, says Mark Wicks. It's alright, mate, you're welcome. Oh dear. So, Borna Spoljaric, our champion, eh? Saucy. I think that pretty much rounds us up for that. As I said before, thanks to Simraish for cameras, Simrace TV for allowing us the privilege of broadcasting the events here. Thank you to the GPVWC admin team, including Dave Carl-Smith, who's been our man in the action, busy doing the admin side of stuff, and of course all the admin that review all the incidents and stuff tirelessly behind the scenes. Look forward to seeing you for the Master Series coming up very, very soon. Don't forget to pop over to gpvwc.com, get yourself sorted and signed up, because if you don't, might be a little bit upset, might take it personally, might slip my wrists. Well, actually, maybe not, but you know what I mean. Cheers everyone for watching, you all take care, and I'll see you all out on track soon. Doodles for now.